This bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Tonight on The South Today, fire crews contain a blaze which swept through an Invercargill house, leaving a teenage boy hospitalised this afternoon. The southern regions feel the brunt of winter's bite, with snow blanketing much of the province. And Southland Entertainer of the Year, Lockie Hayes, hopes to be the opening act for a musical legend. Kia ora, good evening, I'm Melissa Barton. Fire crews have contained a blaze which swept through an Invercargill house and left a teenage boy hospitalised this afternoon. Fire services were called in just after 2 o'clock to the home in Centre Street near Glenalmond Crescent.
The aftermath of a large blaze in Invercargill today. Firefighters found this suburban Invercargill home well involved when they arrived on the scene.
Took the guys about 10 minutes to get on top of that. So the first machine arrived from Kingsville. We've had 4 appliances arrive here through the duration of the fire. So the first crew that arrived, it took them a good 10 minutes to get on top of the fire, but they successfully managed to sort of stop the fire from spreading through the rest of the house.
A 16-year-old boy was treated at the scene for moderate injuries before being transported to Southland Hospital. It's unknown whether his injuries were caused by smoke inhalation.
So the young occupant who was in the house at the time who noticed the fire has managed to successfully evacuate the property and has notified the fire service. At that point we've arrived to find the house quite well involved in fire.
The back of the house was extensively damaged, but firefighters managed to largely contain it from spreading to the rest of the property.
Look, yes, there was smoke alarms in the house. Unfortunately, the smoke alarms didn't actually have batteries in them, so the smoke alarms didn't activate for the occupant. Now, with that, the occupant was obviously awake and aware of the fire at the time, so that hasn't sort of had any significant difference to the fire itself. That obviously the occupant was well aware of what was taking place in the first place. But if this event had been at night time, it does pose serious risks for the occupants of the house.
He says the fire serves as a warning that smoke alarms are useless unless they have batteries. Dominic George, The South Today.
The head of Otago University's dentistry school, Paul Brunton, has been appointed Pro-Vice-Chancellor of the Division of Health Sciences. Brunton replaces Professor Peter Crampton, who announced last year he was planning to step down after 7.5 years in the role as Dean of the Medical School. Prof Brunton, a British dental researcher, became Dean of the Dentistry School in 2015. Since arriving, he has overseen the soon-to-be completed rebuilding of the dental school facilities. He says he's relishing the challenge to lead the division through what he believes is going to be a period of unprecedented change. The southern regions have felt winter's bite, with snow blanketing much of the province. Inland areas like Queenstown and Wanaka received a healthy dump, while Dunedin's Hills suburbs were also hit.
Early morning Queenstown was a picture of winter today, with a decent dump of snow on the ground. But the picturesque powder wasn't without its issues. A truck blocked the road near Queenstown. It wasn't all doom and gloom, with local children making the most of the wintry blast. While in the Dunedin suburb of Balnowes, people went about the snow day routine of clearing their windscreens. Most Dunedin schools opened on time, but the hill suburb schools delayed their start by an hour or 2. Big fat flakes of powdery snow were falling for most of the morning north of the city. Kilmog resident Del McLeod captured these images of some of the snow that closed the northern motorway for a time. Mount Cargill was also closed for a few hours, but opened this afternoon. Forecasters predict more snow could be on the way. Daryl Baser, The South Today.
2 Dunedin pharmacies and a number of commercial premises have been the target of burglaries over the past few days. Both the Mornington and Balmecuen pharmacies were broken into overnight. Inspector Matt Scholes says he can't reveal exactly what was taken, but drugs were typically targeted in pharmacy robberies. Half a dozen commercial premises across Dunedin have also been targeted. Inspector Scholes says the burglaries are a reminder for people to be aware of any unusual activity, especially at this time of the year. Friends of Southland Entertainer of the Year, Lockie Hayes, have put his name forward to be the opening act for his music idol. Bob Dylan is set to tour New Zealand in August, and Hayes' friends are pushing for the young Southland artist to play before his muse.
I wandered to the pine.
Southern man Lockie Hayes delivers his own blues track at his Tokanui home near the Catlins, where his love of the genre was born. Hayes got his first taste of Bob Dylan as a young boy, a moment which shaped him as a musician.
I love Bob Dylan. I think he's incredible. A lot of people don't like his voice and things, but I love it. I love his songwriting. Yeah, he was definitely the biggest influence on me musically. My father had a CD of his greatest hits or something, and I lay down by the CD player just with my hand on the skip button, just skipping back to the song, just listen to it again and again. I think it was Subterranean Homesick Blues. I just listened to it again and again and again.
Now a Facebook page has been started by Hayes' friends in the hopes the 22-year-old will live his dream of opening for Dylan during his New Zealand tour in August. Hayes said the page has been great exposure for his music career, with his videos being viewed thousands of times.
I did a going live thing, which is for New Zealand Music Month on Facebook, and that was organised by the lead guy from Good Shirt, Rodney his name is, and I asked him about it, and he said he had seen it and he had put it forward, and he knows somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody, but he actually came back and said that apparently Bob Dylan doesn't have people open for him, so, but he said your name's in there, so that's still something.
While he's not holding his breath, Hayes said opening for Bob Dylan would top off what has been the biggest year of his life.
I won Southland Entertainer of the Year, and then my son was born a few days later, and then if this would happen, it would make this the most incredible year ever. It already has been the most incredible year ever, but if it kept getting better, that would be good.
The humble musician said he's not pushing too hard for the opportunity, but appreciates the efforts of his friends who want nothing more than the next generation bluesman to team up with the voice of a generation. Sharon Rees, The South Today.
Still to come on The South Today, Invercargill teachers are meeting to hammer out a collective contract, and we take a trip back in time to see how ploughing used to be done.
For all your news from the southern regions as it happens, go to our Facebook page. The South Today, connecting you with your community thanks to New Zealand On Air.
Hi, Lindsay here from Alex Campbell Menswear. We've got a deal for you. We bought a huge bulk order from Lee Stretch Moleskin. So comfortable, nice stretchy fabric, and they're in 6 colours. And the deal, $20 off a pair, or if you buy 2 pair or more, $25 off a pair.
Every reason, every season, we're proud to dress the region. Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
So that's Alex Campbell Menswear, South Dunedin, Cromwell and Mosgiel.
Step into Shop on Carrot and discover a shop full of treasures. We have a fantastic range of vintage and retro clothes, upmarket clothing labels, collectible items, beautiful jewellery, quality linen and the best range of vintage haberdashery.
It's on again, the Star Regent 24-hour book sale. Starts noon the 8th of June. Don't miss out.
Oakley's Bathroom Solutions is locally owned and operated and is a name that has become synonymous with bathroom excellence. Exclusive to Oakley South Island, Danish design Vola, the modern day tap, remains a desirable choice. For over 140 years, the team at Oakley's has provided the highest quality bathroom products and plumbing supplies. For intelligent advice and smart service, come talk to the team or visit oakleysplumbing.co.nz.
Too late to sow seeds? Don't despair, the solution is at hand. Call Ready Lawn today for your year-round lawn needs. Call now on 03 486 1819.
Garrador Dunedin, delivering quality stylish garage doors in Dunedin for over 15 years. New doors, replacement doors, repairs and maintenance are all part of Garrador's quality service. Garrador Dunedin offers a full range of modern quality doors to suit any home. Come visit the team at 553 Kaikoura Valley Road. Visit www.garrador.co.nz or call us on 488 5676.
Being a big softie takes training. I've gone to great lengths to become even softer while still being strong and reliable. The new me is bigger and softer than ever. Cotton Softs. Softness and strength you can trust.
Stay warm this winter with Alistair McCann's Wood and Coal door-to-door delivery. You don't have to lift a finger. Call Alistair to order today on 454 3592.
Helping New Zealanders to do more. Talk to MTF today.
At the Hard to Find Bookshop, we sell quality books on all subjects from the rare to the recent, and where viable, we will come to you. We have a great reputation for integrity and honesty, so if you're downsizing or sorting an estate and have books to sell, contact us.
Dunedin's top football on Channel 39, Saturdays at 7, Sundays at 2 and Tuesdays at 3:30.
Welcome back. A fight broke out in a Queenstown street this morning after someone reportedly became angry they had no ice in their drink. Police responded to reports of people being drunk and disorderly outside the popular Ferg Burger restaurant around 3:45 this morning. However, when our officers arrived, the offenders had left the scene and no arrests were made. Southland school teachers have gathered in Invercargill to discuss upcoming negotiations with the government about the secondary schools collective agreement. Over 400 teachers attended the Post-Primary Teachers Association meeting to voice their opinions on what needs to change. Sharon Rees reports.
Hundreds of Southland secondary school teachers attended a Post-Primary Teachers Association meeting in Invercargill yesterday. The meeting was held to give the teachers a voice in negotiations with the government about changes to the secondary schools collective agreement. Aurora College PPTA union representative Jackie West said the meeting outlined the core claims being put forward for the agreement and the issues being faced by teachers.
Some of the challenges we have as secondary school teachers is time, non-contact time. For some of our secondary schools it will be the ratio of teacher to students in the class. The amount of workload now that is upon teachers is absolutely tremendous.
She said the meeting opened the discussion surrounding the issues and core claims for local schools and communities.
This is an opportunity for secondary teachers to remain united and to encourage their schooling community, their parents, their BOT, the PTA, to be informed about what the core claims are and to really back the core claims that we're actually asking for.
PPTA Southern Regional Chair Bill Claridge said the teachers cared deeply about their students and wouldn't sit back and allow their futures to be affected by a degraded education system. The current collective agreement ends on October 27. Sharon Rees, The South Today.
A pair of Clydesdales have stolen the show at this year's annual ploughing match in South Canterbury. The event's organised by the Geraldine Vintage Car and Machinery Club, and while there were plenty of iron horses on show, two teams turned up with the real deal.
Ploughing the land the way their forefathers did. These Clydesdale horses come from the Debut Stud Farm near Ashburton. Owner John Booth set them to task with a vintage single furrow plough as part of the Geraldine Vintage Car and Machinery Club's annual ploughing match. Booth was taught to be a ploughman by the owners of this plough, Bill and Les Andrews of Periora. And in turn, Booth is passing on what he has learned to newcomer Jim Earl of North Canterbury. The team drivers say the Clydesdales love doing the work, and passing tourists often stop to watch the scene from a bygone era. The plough team will continue on with more ploughing at Hines on Saturday and Wakanui on Sunday. Ashburton Courier for the South Today.
After the break on the South Today, size does matter when it comes to battling with miniature armies, and a car catches fire on a Queenstown car yard after a fuel mix-up.
At the Hard to Find Bookshop, we sell quality books on all subjects from the rare to the recent, and where viable, we will come to you. We have a great reputation for integrity and honesty, so if you're downsizing or sorting an estate and have books to sell, contact us.
Step into Shop on Carrot and discover a shop full of treasures. We have a fantastic range of vintage and retro clothes, upmarket clothing labels, collectible items, beautiful jewellery, quality linen and the best range of vintage haberdashery.
Helping New Zealanders to do more. Talk to MTF today.
Oakley's Bathroom Solutions is locally owned and operated and is a name that has become synonymous with bathroom excellence. Exclusive to Oakley South Island, Danish design Vola, the modern day tap, remains a desirable choice. For over 140 years, the team at Oakley's has provided the highest quality bathroom products and plumbing supplies. For intelligent advice and smart service, come talk to the team or visit oakleysPlumbing.co.nz.
Too late to sow seeds? Don't despair, the solution is at hand. Call Ready Lawn today for your year-round lawn needs. Call now on 03 486 1819.
Stay warm this winter with Alistair McCann's Wood and Coal door-to-door delivery. You don't have to lift a finger. Call Alistair to order today on 454 3592.
It's on again, the Star Regent 24-hour book sale. Starts noon the 8th of June. Don't miss out.
Hi, Lindsay here from Alex Campbell Menswear. We've got a deal for you. We bought a huge bulk order from Lee Stretch Moleskin. So comfortable, nice stretchy fabric, and they're in 6 colours. And the deal, $20 off a pair, or if you buy 2 pair or more, $25 off a pair.
Every reason, every season, we're proud to dress the region. Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
So that's Alex Campbell Menswear, South Dunedin, Cromwell and Mosgiel.
Bowel cancer is one of those diseases that doesn't come along with major symptoms, or doesn't have to, it can. It is one of those silent killers almost, that if it strikes and if you develop symptoms, sometimes it's too late.
Join us! 7 p.m. Saturdays, 2 p.m. Sundays, 3:30 Tuesdays. Oakley's off the bar.
Thanks for staying with us. Police have closed an investigation into a recently alleged attack on a Dunedin salmon hatchery. An aerator was unplugged last month, killing more than $20,000 worth of salmon. It followed a similar incident in January which killed around 200 salmon. Police have made no arrests over the incidents and closed their investigation, citing a lack of forensic evidence. But they say they will look into the matter again if new information comes to light. To the victor goes the spoils or the bragging rights at least. The annual Southcon Tabletop Gaming Convention has attracted more than 50 miniature tactician enthusiasts from throughout New Zealand, all vying for top honours at Forbury Park Raceway.
Waging war, but on a tiny scale. These tabletop gamers battled for supremacy over the weekend, obeying an inch-thick rulebook and adjudicating battles with a tape measure. Convention convener Richard Bell says tabletop gaming is accessible to everyone.
Anyone's able to pop in, have a look at what we do, ask questions about the hobby, and see if it's something that both you or your children might enjoy. We have lots of people who are specialists in military history, military modelling, and enthusiasts in many of the arts and crafts related to the production of the beautiful models and scenery that you'll see here.
Players say one roll of the dice can be disastrous, but it was as much a game of strategy as luck. The Society meets on the first and third Sundays of each month, and they say anyone is welcome to join. Daryl Baser, The South Today.
A car has burst into flames at a Toyota dealership in Frankton this afternoon. It's thought the fire may have happened because the car had been filled with the wrong fuel.
Fire is one way to stay warm from the cold in snowy Queenstown, but that wasn't the intention at this Frankton Toyota dealership today. Emergency services say the car had been brought in for repairs and caught fire when it was turned on. The engine and front of the car were well ablaze once fire services arrived, but the flames were extinguished in minutes of their arrival. It is thought the fire was the result of incorrect fuel in the car's fuel tank. The motor dealership was unavailable for comment. Rudy Adrian, The South Today.
And now recapping tonight's top stories on The South Today. Fire crews contained a blaze which swept through an Invercargill house and left a teenage boy hospitalised this afternoon. The southern regions have felt the icy hand of winter, with snow blanketing much of the province and closing roads. And Friends of Southland Entertainer of the Year, Lockie Hayes, are hoping he'll be the opening act for a music legend. And now it's time for a look at what's happening in tomorrow's ODT. Welcome, Phil Somerville. What have you got for us in tomorrow's paper?
Well, we've got a very positive story about Dunedin doing well on the film and television front. Two companies, I think there's a third as well, have set up in Dunedin, and that means jobs and interest, so look for that story.
Well, there's certainly enough great venues around here for them to film.
I think that's one of the big attractions. One of the stories said Dunedin can look like New York, or it can look like all sorts of other parts of the world. Someone even mentioned Thailand, which I found a bit hard to believe, but maybe that's right.
Maybe.
With all those old buildings and newer places and the sea and all sorts of options. Yeah. Cadbury, Mondelez, officially I guess, but Cadbury's selling off a lot of its equipment and a lot of bits and pieces. Not the memorabilia apparently, but lots of the other stuff, so there's a story about that. The economic risks of Mycoplasma bovis are increasing. The news of it being found on a beef farm near Ranfurly were not great. Never mind, let's hope that the eradication process over the next few years does work and that we can get rid of the pesky
plague. I hope so too. It's devastating for everyone concerned.
Opinion page, Joe Bennett's at his quirky and thoughtful best, and if you read it, it's got a lovely little twist at the end of the column. And too, if you like a little bit of poetry, he throws a wee bit in there just to get you off the scent if you find that hard to take. So
he's very clever, Joe Bennett. He writes really well.
He does. And I thought sport. Now the All Blacks are named overnight, and we'll have the All Black team in the paper tomorrow for the first test against France. And cricket writer Adrian Ciccone has talked to Jimmy Neesham. He's opened up about why he's left Otago and gone to Wellington, and also how hard it's been and the disappointment that he's slipped down the ranks and missed out on the Black Caps, and he missed out on the New Zealand A team last year. So I think he's trying to resurrect his career, so we wish him well on that. And I haven't read the story yet, but I'll be interested to see what Adrian has to say about that. Should mention too, of course, weather pictures and more about the weather and what's coming up, and fears about black ice tomorrow morning, of course, around Otago and around Southland.
Well, thank you for that, Phil. That's perfect timing to take us in to see what's happening with tomorrow's weather.
Tonight's weather proudly brought to you by Mole Map.
Today's southern view is of snow on Dunedin's hill suburbs. Looking at the situation, cold southerlies will die out tomorrow, but westerly winds will increase on Friday and Saturday ahead of the next cold front due on Sunday. Looking at the southern towns, Balclutha, Catlins, Gore and Lumsden all have light southwesterlies, clear skies and a high of 9 degrees. Looking at what's in store for the Central Lakes area, light southwesterlies are also the flavour of the day here. Alexandra will be fine in a high of 9, Queenstown has a high of 7, Tiana 8 and Wanaka 9 degrees. Heading up to the northern centres, Oamaru and Amarama light southerlies and fine weather, Oamaru 10 and Amarama 9, Timaru decreasing southerlies, showers clearing and a high of 10 degrees, Twizel light southerlies fine and a high of 9. Here in Dunedin tonight, showers clearing tonight with gusty southwesterlies with an overnight low of 5 degrees. It's mostly cloudy tomorrow, but a few sunny periods develop during the afternoon, cool with fresh to strong breezy southwesterlies. 10 is the day's high and 8 is the low, and it's mostly fine and sunny on Friday with cool temperatures and light winds tending northeast, a high of 10 and a low of 7. And in Invercargill it should be mostly cloudy tonight with an overnight low of 2 degrees. Mostly fine and sunny tomorrow with cold southwesterly winds easing, 9 is the high and 0 is the low. And sunny at first on Friday but high cloud increasing during the day and milder westerly winds slowly freshening, a high of 11 and a low of 6. And that's our news for this Wednesday. For the latest news from the Southern region, you can follow us on Facebook, YouTube and at channel39.co.nz. I hope you have a great evening, take care and again, stay warm. Ka kite anō.
This bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Supporting local content so you can see more of New Zealand on air.